Welcome back. Today is another reaction video. It is another one that was requested by a beautiful lady called Sophie. So this is for you. And before I get into it, please don't forget to subscribe. It only takes a second. Hit that notification bell and help a girl out. And let's get into it, and I hope you enjoy.
By now, it's common knowledge that NBC are complete morons for cancelling Hannibal. Banishing Brian Fuller's intellectual, daring and often grotesque reinterpretation of Thomas Harris's seminal serial killer novels should be listed as a crime, if only for relinquishing the incredible Mads Mikkelsen as Dr. Hannibal Lecter. Mikkelsen succeeded in making the character completely his own over the 3 series Hannibal was aired, offering a cannibal so sassy and classy you probably wouldn't really mind if he ate you. I know I wouldn't. This isn't the Lecter you know and love from the novels, or from the cinema, and whilst Mikkelsen keeps the charisma and the brilliance of previous iterations, he delivers a completely different vibe to Cox or Hopkins. I'm Ash from What Culture, and these are 8 nuances that made Mads Mikkelsen's Hannibal so great. 8. He's a peerless, pitiless killer. Mikkelsen introduces the idea of Hannibal as both a dandy and as a lightning-fast predator. Everything about him screams elegance, and those occasions when he explodes into violence are no less graceful than his dinner parties and impeccable wardrobe. That's Mikkelsen's background as a dancer and gymnast coming into play, a craft he spent almost a decade practicing professionally before falling headfirst into the big bad world of acting as our favourite flesh-devouring villain. Don't test a man who knows how to pirouette. 7. He knows how to play a genius psychopath, whilst not being one personally. Let's be honest, the sheer weight of the character of Hannibal Lecter makes him an intimidating prospect for an actor. He's not just any psychopath, but almost super insane. They're practically a different species. Mikkelsen believes that Lecter's superior intelligence, his high culture elegance, and his status as a creature one step removed from the rest of us is his Achilles heel. His vanity is the way in for an actor to be able to play him, or at least an excuse to faff around in hair and makeup for a few hours. 6. He has his own views on cannibalism. Mikkelsen dislikes the idea that Lecter is the way he is because of some horrendous traumatic event that rewrote his brain as a child. In a recent interview, he pointed out that cannibals think the only way to truly love someone is to consume them, even though Hannibal tends to eat the rude instead of anyone particularly worthwhile. Mikkelsen believes that Hannibal tends to eat most of his victims dismissively, treating them as a lesser being through his consumption of their flesh in opulent gourmet meals. It's a way of elevating the rude, the uncultured and the boring, raising them to his level by transforming them into art, then consuming them. 5. He's a man of few words. Mads Mikkelsen is well known by his peers for his ability to convey important information to an audience without any form of dialogue. Again, it's a facet of the dancer's art, which is all about articulating ideas and emotions through movement and expression rather than speech. And, on that note, interpretive dance solos about how great organs taste were definitely the one thing missing from an otherwise perfect show. One of Hannibal...
Kind of off topic, because I know I'm doing a reaction to 8 nuisances that made Mads Mikkelsen Hannibal so great. It was just that quick clip of Split. Now, I have seen the movie. I've seen all 3 in the series. I know Glass was the 3rd one. Can't remember what the first film was called, but I've watched all of them anyways. Mainly out of curiosity, because that character that was showing there in Split, actually, I have the same condition that is portrayed in that film. And I know that a lot of people that have DID were really angry and mad at the way it was portrayed, and it makes people with DID as though they're evil and dangerous. And yes, it does, but I'm also not going to get mad at it, because at the end of the day, you have to realise, and they have to realise, that this is Hollywood, and they have to make a film exciting and interesting or dangerous to get people to go and watch it. If they created a film that is an accurate representation of DID, nobody would probably go and watch it. And I just remember in my head when I was watching it that it is a Hollywood movie and it's going to be exaggerated and stuff. So I actually quite liked the movie, even though I have the condition, and I didn't get mad at it.
Hannibal's director David Slade points out that Mikkelsen has an incredible sense of what his face can do with micro movements. He has the ability to do practically nothing and still scare the shit out of you. In short, he's practiced that judgmental dad face in the mirror for far too long. 4. He plays Hannibal as Fallen Angel. Mikkelsen plays Hannibal Lecter as a different kind of monster, one removed from the human race, like, as he puts it, Satan on Earth, where the FBI seeks...
I can hear a damn fly and it is peeing me off. Oh, he's gone out now. I've got my back door open. He's gone now.
To profile psychopathic serial killers, Mikkelsen believes Lecter cannot be fully understood in this way. Let's not forget, Dr. Hannibal Lecter is a renowned forensic psychiatrist and profiler himself, a man who's trained himself to identify and examine others like him and expunge their weaknesses from his modus operandi. To Mikkelsen, Lecter isn't just a sick man. He's not necessarily a person at all anymore. He's something alien, even demonic in nature. 3. He plays Hannibal as a romantic hero. And then there's a flip side of that inhumane nature. The aspects of Hannibal that make him so charismatic. His flair for the dramatic, the way he decorates, and the way he prepares food. He thinks of himself not just as an artist, but an adventurer. When Hannibal kills, he creates art, and is fascinated by the crime scene and corpse as a tableau, the elevation of death and meat into poetry. If there was any doubt, look at the bloody climax of Season 2. Hannibal is stalked and finally confronted by his enemies and friends, but leaves that forbidding house alone, covered in the blood of others, having killed or maimed everyone who stood against him. It's truly a hero's moment. 2. His central relationship is genuine. Since the central relationship of Hannibal between Lecter and his patient and friend Will Graham is so important, it clearly helped that Mads Mikkelsen and Hugh Dancy have been friends for so many years before Brian Fuller cast them together. They first met on the set of the film King Arthur, a supposedly revisionist interpretation of the myth that ended up being unintentionally hilarious. From all reports, the main actors developed a very strong bond together, and Mikkelsen's close, decade-long friendship with the man who would be cast opposite him in Hannibal helped the pair create an on-screen relationship that was totally believable as a friendship, and even a kind of romance. 1. He makes Hannibal a love story. By the climax of Season 3, there's no getting away from it. Hannibal is a love story. The bloody romantic tale of doomed connection between hunter and hunted, doctor and patient, hero and villain. Hannibal Lecter and Will Graham. More than that though, the friendship between the two is completely genuine, despite the manipulation and deceit. Both men are lonely figures yearning for companionship with someone who might understand them. It's not necessarily anything sexual, although that can play a part in some Sam and Frodo kind of way, I guess. Hannibal sees Will's betrayal coming a mile off, yet it's no less painful when the moment actually arrives. His disappointment manifests itself in typically bloody fashion, of course, but then it's Hannibal, the man and the television show. It's exactly what we've come to expect from a man that eats human bits for fun.
Well done, you made it all the way to the end of the video. Now I'm not...
That was very interesting. So I haven't actually watched that TV series, as I stated in previous videos. I can't actually watch normal TV because I live in such a crappy area, in a little crappy one-bed flat. But I do have Netflix, and I think somebody commented that it might be on Netflix, or that it most definitely used to be. So I'm going to have to go on there and have a look and see if it's on there, because I think I would really enjoy it, because I've watched all the movies and the spin-offs and stuff, and yeah, I just love the whole storyline to do with Hannibal Lecter. And I think also what makes him great is that even though originally he was a character that was created for a novel, that there are real people out there that are like him, you know, they really are cannibals and psychopaths. And I think that's what makes it so fascinating, is that even though it's a fictional character, it can also be a real person. You could imagine a real person doing things like that. And I think that's what fascinates me. I kind of have a bit of a sick humour. So that was very interesting to watch, and I'm going to have to find some way to watch the TV series. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. That was for you, Sophie. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.